the Pluperfect Archangelic Advanced Practice Registered Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Ambulatory Care Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Business Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Bariatric Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Camp Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Cardiac Care Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Cardiac Cath Lab Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Case Management Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Clinical Nurse Leader, the Pluperfect Archangelic Clinical Nurse Specialist, the Pluperfect Archangelic Community Health Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Complementary Health Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Correctional Facility Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Critical Care Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Dermatology Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Developmental Disability Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Diabetes Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Dialysis Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Domestic Violence Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Emergency Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Ethics Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Family Nurse Practitioner, the Pluperfect Archangelic Flight/Transport Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Forensic Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Gastroenterology Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Genetics Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Geriatric Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Gerontological Nurse Practitioner, the Pluperfect Archangelic Gynecology/Obstetric Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Health Policy Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Hematology Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic HIV/AIDS Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Holistic Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Home Healthcare Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Hospice/Palliative Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Independent Nurse Contractor, the Pluperfect Archangelic Infection Control Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Informatics Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Infusion Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic International Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Labor and Delivery Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Lactation Consultation Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Legal Nurse Consultant, the Pluperfect Archangelic Licensed Practical Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Long-Term Care Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Managed Care Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Medical Surgical Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Military and Uniformed Service Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Missionary Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Neonatal Intensive Care Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Nephrology Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Neuroscience Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Nurse Anesthetist, the Pluperfect Archangelic Nurse Attorney, the Pluperfect Archangelic Nurse Educator, the Pluperfect Archangelic Nurse Legislator, the Pluperfect Archangelic Life Care Planning Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Nurse Midwife, the Pluperfect Archangelic Nurse Practitioner, the Pluperfect Archangelic Nurse Researcher, the Pluperfect Archangelic Advocacy Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Nurse Entrepreneur, the Pluperfect Archangelic Nursing Executive and Nursing CEO, the Pluperfect Archangelic Nurse Manager and Nurse Administration, the Pluperfect Archangelic Quality Improvement Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Nurse Writer, Author, or Historian, the Pluperfect Archangelic Occupational Health Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Oncology Nurse, Cancer Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Operating Room Nurse, Perioperative Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Ophthalmic Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Orthopedic Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Otorhinolaryngology Nurse, Head and Neck Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Overseas, Volunteer, Missionary, or Refugee Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Pain Management Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Parish Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Pediatric Endocrinology Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Pediatric Nurse Practitioner, the Pluperfect Archangelic Pediatric Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Perianesthesia Nurse, Pre-Anesthesia, and Post-Anesthesia Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Perinatal Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Plastic Surgery Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Poison Information Specialist, the Pluperfect Archangelic Psychiatric Nurse Practitioner, the Pluperfect Archangelic Psychiatric Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Public Health Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Pulmonary Care Nurse, Respiratory Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Radiology Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Registered Nurse, RN, the Pluperfect Archangelic Rehabilitation Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Reproductive Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Rheumatology Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Sexual Assault Nurse Examiner, the Pluperfect Archangelic School Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Subacute Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Substance Abuse Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Supplemental/Agency Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Surgical Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Telemetry Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Telephone Triage Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Toxicology Nurse, the Pluperfect Archangelic Transcultural Nurse,